Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Pulse here with the PeakBot team on the Tradier Hub, etc. Excited to be back here. Happy Friday. Ben, Thomas, how are you guys?
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Thomas, looks like you've had a long morning. I don't want to call you out right at the beginning. Long day so far?
No, actually pretty easy morning. Not too bad.
Okay. All right, good. Happy to hear that. I am going to once again mention the lack of shot for Thomas. Apologies. It's also, again, just it's funnier every time. Today, we got a lot going on. PeakBot, for anybody who's not familiar, automated trading for the retail trader, everyday people. We take well-known strategies in the world of options trading, specifically options selling. We automate them. So in the next few minutes here, starting around 12 o'clock noon Eastern, so less than 4 minutes, you're going to see some of our trades placed completely hands-free. We're going to have hands in the screen and the orders actually coming through on screen. So that's the power of PeakBot. You can actually see our Tradier accounts, which you can integrate with seamlessly, very easy to do. And we think you should get going and check it out. I'll put some information on screen. As always, if you have questions, please put them in the chat live. Happy to answer questions, look at charts, go through strategies, give a demo, whatever it might be. If you want your own personal demo, schedule it at the link below. And of course, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. None of this should be taken as financial advice. So let's get into it. Maybe what we'll do is, I know we'll have trader trivia, I think, today, Ben, or no?
I thought you didn't like trader trivia.
Oh, good. No, it's fine. I saw it in the background for a second. I thought maybe you had it ready. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to put a fun fact up on the screen. Did you know? And
just didn't.
I wasn't prepared for it, so I just went over to ChatGPT to get the fun fact. But it's not. GPT is not working right now.
It's not fun or factual.
It's just not. It's not giving me anything.
Oh, great.
Maybe CrowdStrike.
Yeah, I was about to say, you think CrowdStrike's back again?
Short.
Yeah. So let's do this. Let's take a look at the screen. I know Ben's got his trades up here, I think.
Yeah.
So this is Ben's Tradier account. Definitely going to need a good zoom in.
Well, I want to give the broad view, because when trades start happening, they're going to happen. You know what I mean? But we still have 2 minutes before that trading window even opens, and even after the trading window opens, the trades might not happen right away. But I do have a fun fact. It did just pop up on the RGPT account. The sources are Investopedia and History.com, so I would say those are probably legit. We could keep the trays up just in case.
Okay, sorry. Well, then zoom in if we're going to do it.
I'll just speak this, but I'm reading through this now, and it sounds fake. But if it's on Investopedia and it's on History.com, I don't know if it is fake. So here's the fun fact, and it's a did you know? Did you know that in the 17th century, tulip bulbs, like the flower, tulip bulb, in the Netherlands were so valuable that they were traded on the Amsterdam Stock Exchange like stocks. And that period of time was known as tulip mania. And it saw the price of tulip bulbs skyrocket to the point where a single bulb could be worth more than a house.
Okay.
That's like the original Bitcoin, but physical, tangible.
And just like Bitcoin, the first question I would want to ask is, for what? Like, what is it? Why was a tulip bulb so valuable? What resource?
I'm gonna ask it that next, but I wanted to also say that the market did eventually crash for tulip bulbs, and it's recorded as the first speculative bubble in trading history.
Whoa,
it's interesting.
Okay, all right. Good job.
You should have turned that into a multiple choice question.
What? Yeah.
I'm sure you I'm sure you can make that into many multiple choice questions.
You could have said, well,
I just asked GPT why were tulip bulbs so valuable. We'll see what it comes back with. I do see some trades coming in on other brokers at the moment, which means trading window has started, is opened up. It's on a different account of mine, so we will see some action in here in just a couple of minutes. So the tulip bulbs were. It's a combination of factors. I can't believe we're talking about this right now. There's a combination.
Yeah, me too.
That it was social status was a big one, speculative trading, and we've got our list is saying her QQQ order is filled probably on Iron Condor if I had to guess. So Iron Condor is running through those trades. Iron Condor is always going to be right about at like 12, 1201, 1202. The other strategies might wait a couple of minutes for some more volume and more contracts to be available. So social status, speculative trading, rarity and novelty, limited supply, only so much tulip bulbs in the world, so that was the first speculative market crash. See, you learn something new every day. That was pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
There's a paragraph that popped up as the collapse. The bubble eventually burst when buyers began to realize that prices were unsustainable. No kidding.
Where was this?
Amsterdam.
Of course it was.
That was where the first exchange was, right? Didn't we learn that in a previous fun fact?
It was
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Well, the first futures exchange was in Osaka, Japan, on the rice market.
That we learned.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
All right, we'll move on.
I was supposed to be taking time and filling out in a nice visual chart, but I have which we can check on to see how we're doing. If we would like to do that, or I'm checking out my account. I should have getting filled here in the next few minutes. Well, maybe take a minute to talk about trades people actually see going through. Ben, are you running trend spread, or is it a combination of that and some of our partners? Oh, bam! Bank of America.
There's a fill. My internet is spotty right now. It's spotty.
Sure
I lost you guys for a second, but I'm still trading. The internet's not here, but I'm still trading. And
zoom in to that damn trade, please.
Listen, I told you I want to keep it open so you can see all of the trades coming through. I'll give you one zoom.
Okay, so what did you enter? Tell the people, please.
So Bank of America, I have a Bank of America spread open right now. And it looks like the order to close has been set to close this at 24 cents, currently at 22 cents. So we should see a fill there. Just a minute. Canceled on VRT. I'll take a look at Y in just a second. And then we've got some more trades coming in now. Yeah, hands free. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
They're flowing in now. We got L. We got City. We've got Occidental. We've got Dell, Datadog. I threw some new names on the list today. I threw CRM on there. I threw Home Depot and Lululemon on the list.
People tuning in are going to be like, why are their hands in the air?
Anybody who just joined, we're not reenacting Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights.
Exactly. I don't know what to do
Thomas,
with my hands.
do you even know about that? Or are you too young?
No, I've watched the movie. I just don't remember the reference.
Okay. He's being interviewed. He goes, I don't know what to do with my hands. And
Oh, actually, I think I understood. I think I remember it.
I think it's right after he won a race.
I was gonna say.
So, I got some orders coming through. We're starting to fill. Let me get this going. I just entered UAL. Here we go. UAL just entered a let's see, spread for me. RTL, boom, lot. I gotta have my hands here, guys. So this is all happening live. What did I do with UAL? This one that was just filled. Is this a call? Yeah, call spread on UAL. 43 sold, strike price 45 bought. RCL showed up. Chewy just showed up. This is fun. So to discuss what's actually taking place here, PeakBot's automated strategies, and forgive all my tabs that are open. PeakBot's automated strategies. Right now, what you're seeing on my account is the trend spread strategy. So it's a weekly expiring credit spread strategy. So it enters on Fridays and is set to expire the following Friday. But you'll see what happens on your day of expiration is we close the contract and open a new one. We roll the contract for you. So that's what you're seeing happening right now. Ben, I don't know. I'll pull up your screen. Looks like you had more come through, maybe not.
I did.
What you're seeing is this bot trades with the trend. Ben, you have your screen on here. I think you're looking at Freedom Team, the cash flow bot.
I am.
So that's a different strategy from one of our partners. Has been doing very well for us. I won't speak for everyone, but it's been doing really well.
Okay for me.
So what do you got going on here, Ben? Some of these trades through.
I was just going to point out that I had a lot of these on Smart Exit. And I'm looking at 4 new positions for the coming week: Bank of America, Salesforce, Home Depot, Lululemon. Going back to the trades that were placed for me, I've got Salesforce, Home Depot, Lululemon up here, and then we have Bank of America down below, which opened up a call spread for next week. So all of these other trades should be to close down. Yep, buy to close, buy to close, buy to close. Things looked to turn out pretty well. I'm still not sure why VRT and Dell were canceled for me. Pretty weird. And that's not a PeakBot problem. This is a broker problem. So I'll have to do some investigating into my Tradier account as to why those trades were canceled for me. And then, if anything, just let them expire or get out manually. And I'll probably just get out manually.
Okay.
For now.
Thomas, do you have any trades that you got going? Are you manual right now? What do you got?
No, I forgot to set up last week. So now I just have, what do you call it? I have Iron Condor running on Tradier. I forgot to set up my Schwab. So this week I'm back in though. This week for next week I'll have automated trades.
All right. So what I was going to also just show here quickly, I've had some more enter. Since I last had the screen up, we had Roku enter into a spread, Google enter into a spread. And you'll see now some of my contracts that I still have available here from today's expiration. Those are either going to get closed for me or they're going to expire because they're, don't have too much value, right? And they're out of the money, so they'll just expire. But you can see all these trades now coming into my portfolio here. So yeah, all you need to do is have that set up. Even some more trades have come through since we scrolled up here. Looking at why we're canceled, I'll take a closer look at that. But anyway, this is the kind of stuff that PeakBot provides for you. So while you're working or while you are traveling for vacation, whatever it is you're doing, you can just set it and forget it with PeakBot and start collecting premium. That's what we do here. We collect premium. So whether it's with our strategies or some of our partner strategies, I think now might just be a decent time to mention that we use Tradier. As you can see, a majority of our accounts are in Tradier, and we love Tradier Pro. $10 a month, commissions-free options trading. Okay, no fees on your contracts or your spreads. Pays for itself in a day. The amount of trades that were just entered between Ben and I's account already has spent more than $10. Well more than that. So it would have otherwise. So go to Tradier. You can sign up, use peakbot.com/Tradier, create your PeakBot account, get going, and we'll see you at the peak. So anything else that we should discuss here, Ben? Did you have any other trades come through or any other questions to look at before we take a look at our picks from earlier this week?
I'm just manually replacing the trades that were rejected originally, rejected by Tradier. So just made those adjustments to get out of my Dell and VRT positions, which look to be losing positions, which is fine. Losses are going to happen. And then a bunch of other positions are looking good for the win today. But let's get into our picks.
Excellent. Let's do it. So what I think we should do is somebody should have a chart up. Who we want it to be, Ben or Thomas, doesn't matter.
I got it.
Ben, you got it?
I got it.
All right. So picks from this week. Ben and I on Tuesday selected credit spreads that we thought were a good pick on paper to have expire today. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a quick update, but we are also going to check back in at the end of the day today for the actual results. So let's start
Time out. Thomas, did you make picks?
I forgot.
Man, I told you when I said Thomas had a long morning, I knew it.
No,
it wasn't even today. It was supposed to be on
Tuesday, and I realized it at like, I don't even know. It was like 5 o'clock, and I looked at my notebook, and I was like, "Uh-oh!" And then the time.
Unbelievable.
All right. Well, I guess you'll get started next week.
Next week, I'm gonna have picks ready. Well, I'll make picks on the live show on Monday. I'll make them live with you.
Okay.
That's what we'll do.
So I will start with my 5. Okay. For reference, I had 3 bullish picks, 2 bearish. Okay. Let's go to the bullish ones first. I had a put credit spread on IBM. I was looking to stay above 185.
And you are.
Okay.
It looks pretty strong.
IBM well above 185, well out of the money, looking good there. My next one was Roblox, ticker RBLX, was a put credit spread, hoping to stay above 36.
Roblox is above 36.
Dang. Okay. Let me just put this on screen. PB picks updates. Okay. So 2 for 2 right now. Again, nothing's done deal, but let's go to my last bullish position. Apple, ticker AAPL, was looking to stay above 212.50.
212.50. Apple. Bam.
Green week this week so far. I mean,
3 for 3 so far, looking pretty solid.
All right, now we're going to the other side of things. Ticker ZM, I think that's Zoom video, ZM. I was trying to stay below 57.
Below 57. Ooh, just above.
Whoa. Okay, what chart is up right now? I want to take a closer look at that. Is that
This is Zoom.
No, I'm saying what month? Is it a 6-month chart? Is it
yeah, this is looks like a year.
Okay, can we see what it's done this week really quick?
Sure.
Big jump there on the
up and up.
15th. Whatever. All right, 3 or 4. Last one, Boeing. I think it's Boeing, ticker BA.
Yep.
I was bearish, trying to stay below 170.
Below 170 for Boeing. You're above.
Yikes.
So looks like you got 3 pretty solid.
Yeah.
Zoom might come down by the end of the day. You could have a 4 for 5 week this week.
I could. You're right about that. Okay, so I'm 3 for 5 right now. Ben, we're gonna go over to you. Okay, now Ben had 1 bullish pick, 4 bearish picks.
Which I don't, I'm not as confident before we even hop in anymore, because when I look at the SPY over the last week here, we had a green week on the SPY.
Yeah, we did. And in my portfolio, truthfully, I was mostly calls, which sucks.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Playing the long game here. Can't get emotional about a bad week. You can. Okay. Let's go to your picks. Let's go to the bullish pick first and get that out of the way. And then just, drag you through the mud on your 4 bear picks. Your bullet pick, Sunrun. Ticker RUN. You were trying to stay above bullish put spreads, trying to stay above 1650.
Above 1650. Bam.
Ooh, wow.
We had 19.
This is a volatile stock. Anybody out there actually trading Sunrun? I'm not saying don't do it because I couldn't, because I'm not a financial advisor and I can't give you that financial advice. But that stock normally scares me. Okay, 1 for 1. Let's go bear side of things. Nike call spread trying to stay below 76.
176?
No. 76.
76. Ooh. Nike is up.
Yikes. Okay. Next, bearish call. Square, ticker SQ, under 64. Can I get an under 64?
Ooh, 65.22.
Not doing it.
Okay. I have hope that this could come back down to under 64 by end of day.
Let's see what it did this week.
Well, it's gone up this week.
Okay. All right. I wanted to see the chart. You zoomed in. Thank you. Never mind.
Yeah, there we go. 5-day.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it? Yeah. Cool.
Looks
Great.
kind of like Zoom.
Yeah, it does. Looks like the market. Big jump on the 15th.
Let me get rid of some of these.
I wonder if next week's gonna be bullish or bearish. Kind of hard to tell.
We can get into that after we go through the picks.
I'm up for it.
Right
Hey,
now.
Thomas, table that thought.
I will.
Table that, Thomas?
All right, it's tabled.
Put it on the table. Wayfair, bearish call. Trying to stay below $40 strike price.
Come on, baby.
Yikes. I could have one up on Ben this week, man. Last one. Ticker V?
Visa.
Right? Oh, Visa. Bearish call. You're trying to stay below 265.
Oof.
Okay, I mean, there's a lot that can happen there. You're pretty close on that expensive.
It's a high price stock, so $2 isn't much for it to move.
No.
We kept it up on screen long enough. It could bounce under 265.
It could. Good.
Okay. What's that done this week? Zoom in. Or give us the 5-day. Again, huge spike on 15th. It's hurting, yeah.
Yeah. What was 15th? That was beginning of the day yesterday.
What
happened?
Unemployment claims, something to do with jobs or retail. I don't remember what it was. I can look now.
Yeah.
But it cooled recessionary fears pretty quickly.
Arlissa says she's pondered doing only bullish trades each week.
You know
Let's
what?
talk about it. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's talk about it. Arlissa, you want to join us? You want to join us on the call here?
Arlissa, if you want to come on air, text me and I'll get you a link. Retail sales and unemployment was what was released yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was retail sales and unemployment or something.
No, you didn't.
No, I did. I said it had to do with unemployment or sales, but it was both, I guess.
Alyssa said she can join us. Why don't I send her the link? In the meantime, why don't you guys go through the process and see I want to know what Tradier's technical analysis is on the SPY for the next week.
All right. You get Arlissa in here. We will talk about SPY.
Let's see here. Arlissa, hang tight.
So I'm not right there. It's a little tough.
So I've got the daily up. I mean, I look at this movement, Thomas.
Yeah.
Like this is why I haven't traded the Iron Condor in the past month.
I mean, I was doing good with those little spikes up and down there. That's where I was kind of winning. But what was it?
Can you guys hear me?
You're frozen.
My whole one screen went black.
Yeah, that happens to me a couple times.
I have no control over my mouse. Arlissa, I can't send you the link.
I can.
Okay. I don't know what to do. But anyway, it's not about me. Continue. I'll figure it out.
I'm just wondering if that's going to end up becoming a point of resistance there. Like, or is it just going to try to? I think it could break through it actually with all this good news that came out. I could see a rally to breaking all-time highs again. I think I'm going to enter mostly bullish positions for the week. I actually just might sell puts on the SPY. Ben, are you there? Everything's frozen. Am I the only one here, or is it all frozen?
I'm back.
You're back. Okay.
Yeah, I lost
Everything was
internet.
frozen for me. Okay. So you
Dylan's
lost internet.
frozen. I'm frozen. My internet's bad. I don't know what happened to
The
Dylan.
tides had turned. It was my internet that would just cut out.
Thomas,
Now it's back
you're
to
the one
you.
with terrible internet.
Yeah, I had to just reset my router a couple times. Now we're all good.
All right.
Now,
Well, Dylan will be back in a second. I sent Arlissa the link as well. So, Thomas, you've been trading condors through this time period. This is the daily bars that we're looking at right now.
So right now, I wasn't trading condors, but I was trading condors between those where pretty much all that choppiness happened. That's where I was trading condors a lot.
Gotcha.
I went up pretty big on them significantly.
We got Arlissa in the house. We'll be back in a second.
Hey everybody, how we doing?
Good. I love this impromptu, just bringing you on the live stream. Arlissa, have you been trading iron condors for the past month? I've been sitting out. I have not been trading condors for the last month.
Yes, and I've had more success than losses on them, but like CPI and PPI, like this week has been rough. So I had even said, I was talking to my community just yesterday and was like, okay, on the days that I know there's something big happening at 8:30 in the morning, those are the times I'm definitely not going to do the one DTE. That requires more management. But like this week, I've been breached twice because PPI was Tuesday and then CPI was Wednesday and then retail sales. Actually, I've been breached 3 times. And then CPI actually exited one of those days. I've been breached twice because PPI was Tuesday.
Uh-oh, you hearing yourself?
I do, yeah. It was Wednesday and then retail. So what is there something I can do? And then
mute whatever you're watching. Just mute that.
There we go. Okay, so there we go. I'll fix. I was like, why am I hearing myself twice? But so this week has been 3 times. I'm still up. Like I started doing them at the beginning of July, so I'm still like $200 or $300 profitable. But it's like ebbing and flowing. So yeah, but I have been doing them for the last month and a half.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was running condors up until about, I think, this huge gap right here between the 23rd and 24th. And it was at that point where I was just kind of looking at the overall chart and I saw this big drop down in the market. And I thought to myself, all right, there's about to be a lot of volatility. I was actually considering buying some calls on the VIX at that point. I think the VIX was trading around $10, right around there or something like that. Made good money. I'm kicking myself now because in my head, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not an options buyer. I'm an options seller.
Yeah.
So I had an identity crisis, and because of that, I didn't make money.
Like, who are you? I've since changed my feeling of who I am from I'm just a seller to I'm a spreads user. So debit spreads, credit spreads, depending on the opportunity. I'm not a flat out buyer, but I will get some debit spreads.
That makes sense. In some types of environments, that totally makes sense. We got Dylan back now. Dylan, you good?
Well, I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. My second monitor went down. It's not my day, but it doesn't matter. Hi, Arlissa.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well. Oh, I've been better, but I'm good.
I'm here.
So yeah, exactly. That's all that counts. So what did you guys come up with? How are we feeling about moving into next week?
So we were talking about condors. And Thomas, maybe you could pull up the economic calendar for next week if you have a second. But we were talking about condors when I stopped selling condors over the past month, and our list has been trading through the month, and Thomas has been trading through the month. Our list is still up on the condor strategy, which I love to hear that. It's one of those things where the return would be absolutely ridiculous on trading these 1 DTE iron condors. So you do have to factor in that there will be some loss periods. And actually, the time that I was manually.
You guys losing Ben there for a second?
Yeah, Ben's internet's cut out again. We're about to.
Ben,
You
your
guys hear
internet's
me?
cut. Today's not our day.
All right. Who cares what I have to say? Let's.
I feel like the iron condor does fine if there's no more than 1 to 2 losses per week, right? If there's only 1 or 2 breaches per week, then you're still going to be profitable. It's when you get to, let's say, out of the 5 days, if 3 of those are breach days, then you're $50 down. If if you're only doing a 1 spread, if you're only doing like 1 triple Q, so of course the $50 can be multiplied. But if you don't get breached more than twice in the week, then you're good. Now, what I've also found is some days I've had the notion, like I said this even on one of my posts, to step in front of the bot and to close it if it's like, if it gets up to $75, or if I'm at 1.5 times what I took in. But then I've also had days where I've stepped in front of the bot and the price recovered, and then my trade would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I go back and forth on that.
Yeah, we do as well. And, Thomas and I have always talked about the best trading days are when the price starts, like if we, let's say it starts in one direction, then reverses in the middle of the day. Because when you're trading the condor, you close both legs at different times, and then there's enough movement throughout the day to where you get a good premium for the next day. So question, and I guess for the entire group, when thinking about automating the iron condor, should we consider factoring in economic events and not trading on specific days, like FOMC meetings? Very volatile. CPI could be volatile and cause a breach, like you mentioned, Arlissa. What's everybody's thoughts there? And then we did have a question come in. What's everybody's most successful or favorite iron condor ticker? So let's talk first about the economic events. Should we factor that in and have a non-trade if one of those events are happening?
Yes.
Yes, I think it has to be definitely the pre-market big events like CPI, PPI. FOMC happens during the day, and generally it happens at 2:00 in the afternoon, usually. So that by then your trade is probably closed and you're good to go. But anything that happens before market opens, almost every time I've seen, it basically blows through one of those sides.
Yeah, that's a good point. I totally agree. We've actually taken this approach with a couple of our partner strategies, where if they're trading through an earnings report, which again, different than what we're talking about here with Iron Condor, but, don't trade, right? It's these highly volatile events that we want to try to avoid. I think we look into that. I think we do more than look into it. I think we do it. And I think, okay, see, Thomas. And I think, oh, hey, Thomas, that Arlissa, you would be, obviously you're our credit seller. You are our Condor girl. Like you're going to let us know if we make this change, how it's been working for you. Okay. Yeah. Ben, do you think we should go for it?
I like the idea. I like the idea a lot. And the whole idea behind PeakBot is set it up. And for the most part, you don't need to do much. Now, that's not completely true, right? You want to be cognizant of what's happening, and you want to be aware if you need to go in and manually make an adjustment. But if we include things like factoring in economic events and having non-trading days as a result, that could be a huge benefit to the more hands-off traders that we've got. Because really, when we think about it, it's kind of like earnings. We don't want to really play through earnings because there's not much upside as a seller.
Right.
So why play through FOMC if there's not much upside as a seller.
Right.
So,
And this is my thought too, is I'm thinking that I'm running it one contract, but my thoughts are that I would want to be able to scale this. And it's not going to be scalable if I've got to once a month or so, I've got to be concerned that I'm going to blow all the profits, or I'm going to get real close to blowing all those profits with one event that we knew was coming. It's one thing when you don't know the event is coming.
Yeah.
But the CPI, PPI, those kind of things, we know those are coming. So, and we know ahead of time. So if we can, I'd rather us take those off the automated for the day or for those days. And then where I have a better chance on the times that you can't control anything, but those things are happening, than to leave them there and be like, well, I kind of knew this was coming, but I ignored it.
Yeah. I think what we could and what we should do is we've got the data.
Yeah.
We know all of the days that the Iron Condor has won, and we know the days the Iron Condor has lost. I think we should zoom in onto those losing days and then look back at the economic calendar and see if there were any major events happening those days. And then we can determine, was it a green day? Was it a red day? And see how that factors into our overall win rate. Because, I agree, Arlissa, if you string together, and my personal criteria to take a break on the Iron Condor is if I have 3 losing days in a row, I'm gonna sit out for a couple of days just to see what the price of the market looks like, and if it's still bouncing up and down, or if it kind of flattens out a little bit. But I think that would be interesting to take a look at. So let's answer this question now. What's everybody's most successful or favorite Iron Condor ticker? Who wants to kick that off?
QQQ by far. Yeah.
I do also trade XSP because a lot of people don't trade that ticker, but my community does because it's the mini of SPX. I do like XSP. I do like the way, and it's done pretty good as a good repeat ticker as well. Triple Q is so tech heavy, and XSP is a better view across the S&P 500. So they perform about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm glad we added XSP, SPX to those cash settled ones, right? Because you don't have to worry about, obviously the strategy built to be, avoid assignment with our limited market orders, but there's no worrying about that at all. I personally, I would agree. I'm either SPY or QQQ. The way we have it set up with a $1 spread straddling the 25 delta. Kind of similar to what Ben and Arlissa were saying, I haven't been running it these last, probably for the last month, because my approach to what I thought the market was going to do was going to be too volatile for it. But Arlissa, Thomas, I know Ben's been on and off of it. It's been withstanding. Again, it's as long as you're not taking a total beating, 3 or 4 times a week, it's still a very profitable, strategy over time. So.
I think what makes it continue to work is the 1-for-1 risk to reward. So even if I blow it if one day it gets breached, that same day I'm taking in the same amount of money that I just lost. So that's why you're replenishing the money, but like Ben said, if you get 2 or 3 days in a row, then you're like, okay, well, now I'm not necessarily replenishing. I'm just adding more to it. Yeah,
exactly. Thank you for the question, David. And David, if you have one that you share with us, let us know. In fact, I think we should give a little bit of credit. Arlissa, you and maybe one of our other partners were one of the individuals not peppering us, but saying, hey, let's get some more of these stocks on Iron Condor. Your whole community, you mentioned XSP, your whole community does that. Appreciate you pushing us toward that. It's been a big help.
And I just want to also mention, guys, anybody watching, Arlissa does go live herself, and I think we were live this morning or yesterday, and we reposted you. But go follow her. I put her Twitter handle on the banner floating at the bottom of the screen. Arlissa, I want to give you an opportunity now. Maybe just tell the audience a little about who you are, what you do, and then after that, let's hop into the watch list and see if we got any good picks coming up.
Cool, cool. Well, I am Arlissa Pinkleton. I am educator to trader, and that is because I am an educator. Actually, I'm getting ready to go back into the classroom on Monday. The university is calling. I teach math at the University of North Florida, but I also have a community of sellers. We've been selling options for several years. Actually, I developed a 1 DTE strategy way back when the VIX was nowhere near 22, you know, when the VIX really worked better for this strategy. That's really how I got my community start. But I have folks that we're on every day. I'm on live on YouTube every morning. It'll go back to 9:30 in the morning next week just because of my teaching schedule. But we're live there, have a whole community of sellers, the educator to trader community. And that's what we do. We do credit spreads, of course, is our bread and butter. And I teach all the things. I teach charting for selling. I teach how to become a options trader for, in basics. I'm actually getting ready to start up in the first week of September. I'm going to run a 14-week mentorship that is going to include how to get started, how to chart for selling, includes all the seller strategies. We're going to take some weeks on credit spreads, some weeks on iron condor, some weeks on 0 DTE stuff. We're going to run that for the fourth quarter. And this is what we do, basically. I'm educator to trader in all the places, Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. I have a YouTube channel if you want to go find me over there, educator to trader in all the spots. And PeakBot, people are my dudes. This is y'all checking for the sellers. I love it. I love it.
That's right. That's right. Cool. Thanks for that, Arlissa. And I know this was just an impromptu you hopping on. If you do have to jump, feel free.
Okay.
But I definitely recommend you guys checking out Arlissa's account. We're going to be moving over to look at the watch list now and see if we got any interesting picks. So Arlissa, if you want to hang out, we'd love to have you. But if you got to jump, I know that you
okay, I am gonna bounce, but I will still be watching and listening because I do need to. I'm getting ready for school on Monday.
All right,
awesome. Back at it. Thank you for joining us, Arlissa. Come on, feel free to join us anytime.
Okay, sounds good.
All righty.
All right.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, Arlissa, and to any of her followers who check, who are watching us. We've been working with her for, it's gotta be a year now.
It's got to be a year. She's fantastic.
She's one of the true option sellers on the internet. So she's been great. Ben, I'm pulling up your watch list here. Let's take a look at some things.
Here we go. We got the watch list updated every 5 minutes. The last update was at 12:32, so we should have another update. Go ahead and refresh. Now we've got an update at 12:37, so 45 seconds. All right, let's see what we've got looking into next week. A lot of neutral, and thinking about the movement of the market over the past couple of weeks. It's been up, it's been down. I think because of that nature, we're seeing a lot of neutral, although, the true movement might not be so neutral, right? It's just been the back and forth that's been quite a bit to keep a handle on. So in that regard, and this isn't financial advice, of course, for me personally, I'm likely going to be avoiding a lot of these neutral tagged tickers here.
I was actually going to start going more into iron condors, actually.
Talk about it, Thomas. Tell us what you want.
I feel like we're ready to either consolidate or go up from here. I don't think we're going to go down. Just because the news was way too good this week to have a down week next week. I think the recessionary fears are gone. I think that's why we saw such a big bounce up, a quick recovery after such a big drop in the market. The news was good this week, cooled the fears. We're either going to trade sideways or we're going to go up. I think we're definitely going to test all-time highs. It's an election year. I'm ready to be bullish next week. I'm going to load up trend spread, all bullish. Maybe like 3 bearish. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I'll be right. But I do like some iron condors next week. I think we're going to be bullish neutral.
Sounds like Thomas is ready to take all the money from under its mattress and put him in iron condors.
Seriously.
I'm ready. This week was a little weird. This past week and a half was a little bit weird. I didn't get into too many positions, but I'm feeling pretty confident.
Let's take a look at NVIDIA, because I was considering NVIDIA earlier, mainly because, I mean, you could earn $217 in premium on one Condor here. And it looks like the watch is indicating about a $7 spread, so $700 budget we would need there. Does this ever happen for you guys where the columns kind of get off-centered on alerts? Maybe it's when I zoom. It is when I zoom.
That's pretty good. Leave it. No, whatever.
I'm gonna zoom like this instead.
Yeah, dude. How else are you zooming?
How are you zooming?
He's pinching the trackpad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, let's look at NVIDIA. So the watch list has NVIDIA selling. See, when you zoom like that, though, you don't have as much control. The watch list has NVIDIA at selling the 120 and the 129. And that's creating about a $2.17 spread. So I'm going to go here. Let's take a look at NVIDIA's chart.
NVIDIA always scares me. I don't know why. I don't know.
So, I mean, NVIDIA's chart looks like the market, right?
It is the market, essentially.
Well, it's 10% of the Qs we learned, or 8% or whatever it is, which is crazy to think about. So NVIDIA does have earnings coming up on the 28th. And shout out to Arlissa. She noticed that we didn't have that date on the watch list. So we've updated that. But yes, it's coming on the 28th. So interesting point, Thomas. What strikes would you be comfortable? And again, the PeakBot watch list is indicating selling the 120 put, selling the 129 call, which really gives us kind of a tight range here to stay within.
Yeah. Iron Condor on NVIDIA to me wouldn't be the best move, just because, it can swing $5 in a day. I mean, it swings companies' market value or cap value. So it's kind of tough to kind of trade an Iron Condor on such a crazy stock like this. I would rather just do either a put or a call and kind of stay out of the Condors in that range.
All that talk about Iron Condors, and now you're saying you don't even want to trade an Iron Condor.
I wouldn't love it on NVIDIA. QQQ, I love it. IWM, love it a little bit more.
Okay.
NVIDIA, not so much.
All right, pick a stock off of this watch list, Thomas, that you want to trade a Condor, and maybe we'll trade it live. I'll at least set it up live.
Scroll down a bit.
And what are you looking for here, Thomas, when you're looking at this?
For Condors, I kind of look for more less volatile stocks, or tighter. So something like Palantir, because it just recently had a big jump. It only moves about $1. The premium's not the highest, but I think your success on Condors with Palantir are relatively high. So like that maybe not right now, but if you kind of go back maybe like a few days right there, a couple months, that whole time it's just trading within a very clear-cut range. Those are the kind of stocks that I look for to trade Iron Condors on. So something like Riot.
Did we lose Thomas, or did we lose me?
I think we lost you.
We lost you.
Okay.
Yeah. So Palantir, where it's trading in that range for such a long period, I like Iron Condors for that. Riot's another good one to trade Iron Condors on. You could see it's a little bit volatile, but its volatility is within that range right there. So if you were to set up Condors at like say 10 and 8, and right now it's probably not the best, but 10 and 8 typically, it bounces up right from there, stays below 10, maybe 11. I don't know, like 1 DT.
I kind of like where Riot's at right now for a bullish play. I personally am of the thought that the market's going to continue to go up this week or next week. So Riot's it looked like at the very least a 6-month low right now, right around there. And it's at a 52-week low. And then we have to go back to March of 23 to where we were below this price level. So it's been dropping a lot. I think that I might be interested in taking a call or credit spread on Riot this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely of interest. It seems to just get these big bounces as soon as it kind of hits a low. So it's probably not even a bad play.
Let's see what the watch list has to say. It's not on the watch list.
Nah, it's probably considered very risky.
Well, it's under $10, so yeah, we
that's
took
right.
it off. That's okay. We can do this manually, right? So we want to look at next week's expiration. And then, Dillon, I'm going to come to you for one more stock to look at before we wrap things up.
Sure.
But if we look at what were you trading at right now?
Are you on the right expiration, Ben?
Yeah, the 23rd. So we're at 776. If we sold the 750 strike, that gives us a little bit of premium. We could set up a 50-cent spread to earn
12.
I'm seeing 12-ish, 11, 12 cents on a 50-cent spread, which is really good. But the 750 strike is really close to the price that it's trading at right now. Not a lot of buffer room.
Anything below that, you're not really getting much premium out of it.
Right. Yeah.
It is 50 cents though, or it is only $50. So what? Essentially 4 over 50. That's not even worth it.
I mean, you're essentially getting
8%.
about 22 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
Not terrible, but not the best. All right, Dillon, you got an idea?
As far as looking at a stock?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to have me. I'm sorry. No, I thought you were going to have me research a stock. I didn't know you wanted to pick from me. I can throw one out there for us to look at quickly.
No, why don't you look up Broadcom, ticker AVGO?
Okay, do that. AVGO. Again, I'm working on one monitor here. If I was to share my screen, it would be messy. But right now, AVGO trading at 165.76. If we're looking at the technical analysis, very heavy buy. 17 buy signals, only 1 sell signal, 8 neutral.
Okay.
I'm assuming, is it bullish on the watch list? Or no, it's neutral, or?
It's neutral on the watch list, but like I said, the neutral I would kind of consider to bullish. It's only neutral because there's so much movement up and down. I think I'm bullish on it. So the put strike that we would sell would be the 161 put. The put strike we would buy is the 154. So that's a $7 spread. I think I want to trade that. So 161 down here, and then 154 is what we would buy back. $7.
By the way, you can do this automated as well. Ben's doing it manually right now, but you can just automate this through PeakBot.
Going to sell a spread here. So one spread, $700 needed. Could potentially make. I'm going to go for $1.10 on this. And as you guys can see, commission free because I have Tradier Pro. Literally saving hundreds of dollars each week on commissions by using Tradier Pro. Get signed up. It's only $10 a month, which I think we did the math there, Dillon. What is it like? You trade 30 contracts in a month and it pays for itself. Mm-hmm. So totally worth it. I'm going to go ahead and place that order submitted. And then we see that got filled at $1.10. So now how this works is if the stock price for AVGO Broadcom stays above 161 by next Friday, I get to keep that whole premium. I get to keep the $110 of premium that I just got credited from selling this put credit spread. And then if the price goes down, well, it could go all the way down to 161 and I'll still win. Dillon, you said it was trading at what, 165, something along those lines? So we've got some room to be wrong. I'm going to unzoom here because it's annoying. 166 it's at. So we've got some room to be wrong and we're collecting a good premium there. And like you mentioned, Dillon, you don't have to do this manually. You could have PeakBot do it for you and do it on your Tradier account. So all good stuff. All right. I think that's about it for today, right? Did we have anything else that we wanted to cover?
I think we're good. Again, for anybody who wants to try out PeakBot, you can sign up at usepeakbot.com. On our website, you'll also find more information on our strategies, our results, a demo video, a link to our calendar, etc. Everything you need is there. Go to usepeakbot.com, create your PeakBot account, and get started. If you're not ready to fully automate, we do have an alert service where if you wanted to trade our strategies because you like them, but you don't have one of our brokers or you're not ready to automate, $5 a week, PeakBot alerts, you can sign up there. It's on our website as well, but you can also just go to alerts.usepeakbot.com. So check us out. This is the future of trading. It's here now. This is going to continue to get more and more popular. We wanted to make it easy, affordable, and transparent, which we've been able to do. So appreciate everybody tuning in. We had almost 600 viewers here today on our live show. Shout out again to Arlissa, educator to trader. Check her out. She's live multiple times throughout the week. She's one of the OG option sellers. So I think that's it, guys. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peace out.
Appreciate everybody. See you at the peak.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.